Star family. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new here, my name is Petra and welcome to Rockin' with the Stars. All right, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and get into these pick a card readings. So, first, this is pile one. This is pile two, and this is pile three. If you're unfamiliar with how pick a card readings go, all you have to do is literally listen to your intuition, pick a number, whatever card that you feel like you're gravitating more towards to the most, go with that. Sometimes you might choose multiple cards, and that's okay. Maybe one pal, you'll hear a message from one pal, and then you'll hear another message from another pal. So follow your intuition, follow your gut. But also, if you do have trouble listening to your intuition, you can also go on Google and put in the number so they can choose a number for you, and you can follow that. Regardless, you'll go ahead and receive the message that you need to receive, whichever way it happens. Spirit always will make sure you get that message. All right, so I also do want to do a reveal of each card. So let's see what all the theme of this pick a card. I think I know it's been a minute, y'all. So welcome. Hey, hi. Thank you guys for, you know, not getting on me for how long it's been, but I know I'm definitely being called throughout this season to step up to the forefront. So I think that is definitely what a lot of the energies has been. So it's more so like stepping on into the light and allowing myself to be a channeler of light to guide the collective in this next season of change, this next season of expansive change, the change that moves fast, because throughout the season, I did need that guidance myself, to ground myself back into what I know for sure, what is the truth for me. As we go along this journey, especially the spiritual journey, we get swayed back and forward and we can get lost in all the turbulence. So sometimes I need to watch a pick a card reading, or I need to get a reading, and spirit gives that message to me. So a lot of this, the theme that I'm going to do for the pick a card readings as of right now is the goddesses. This is the goddesses. What does the message the goddesses have for us during the season, or the goddesses that you may be working with in this season to help you to usher in all of these fast moving changes? So as I said that, let's go ahead and flip up these cards and see. So yeah, the first goddess we have is Yemaya. So Yemaya. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Yemaya, the mother, okay? She is the goddess of awakening. So I literally just said this is a time of change. Spiritual awakenings may be happening at this time. So that is pile number one, and it's a card number 40. All right, so for pile two, we have Tituba. All right, and this is a card number 4. I'm seeing already the synchronicity of the 4, so you might be seeing 444 a lot. So here's pile number 2, and she is feeling safe. All right, so in this season, if you're being drawn to Tituba, she's ushering that safety. So throughout these hard times and these changes, she will be that light for you to feel like you're warmth and you're being held. All right. And then the last one, we have Queen Nefertiti. All right. And this is a card number 38. And she is the goddess of alchemy. All right. I literally just talked about change. So literally, I haven't even seen it. Like, they flipped out and I was like, no, I'm not. I'm going to wait and we're going to reveal these goddesses together and see what are the goddesses that we'll be working with. But I feel like this is going to be a series, so stay tuned to see what the goddesses have to say, because I know they have a lot to say, and they've been waiting on me to go ahead and talk to y'all and not only receive the message myself, but share that message to the world. So yes, all the timestamps will be down in the description box below. So go ahead and meditate. I'm going to go ahead and have a pause. I'm not going to say anything. Y'all can meditate on whatever goddess is calling out to you at this time. And we're going to get right into the reading. So I'll go ahead and see y'all in your reading. Bye. Well, pile number one. All right, so you guys chose the goddess Yemaya. So you already know, well, if you don't know, and if you already heard of like the Orishas, Yemaya is one popular Orisha that a lot of people are known, that a lot of people know. And even for me, I'm not even gonna say like I know everything, because listen, I'm learning just as much as y'all are learning as well. And this is probably my time to do my research, to know of Yemaya. But when people explain the energy of Yemaya, she gives the mother spirit. Look at her. She literally the mother, embodied the mother. She's our mother, and she's tied closely with the oceans, the waters of, the world. You see how even with the dolphins, they're all in union. So it gives Mother Nature so heavily. So Yemaya is definitely the energy of Mother Nature. She gives that mothering nature, the mothering spirit of like, you guys are my children and I'm here. You're not alone. So let's go ahead and read the message that Yemaya has for us. Let's see. All right, so the goddess of awakening, and she's from Yoruba, Nigeria, and the temple high priestesses. The element is water. So the goddess Yemaya controls the ocean, the amniotic fluid that nurtures us before we know ourselves. The healing, loving nature of this Yoruba Mother Orisha deity never leaves you. Yemaya's guidance. Wake up. Awaken now to your true self. Are those tears of joy or sorrow? Let them out. Yemaya swallows your tears. Embodiment. You are vibrating at a higher frequency, so you see everything differently. This is Goddess rising. You are waking up. And once you have experienced awakening, you can never go back to not knowing. The path of awakening is not straight, comfortable, or easy. You have chosen to lift the veil and have a real relationship with the divine. You didn't come to transcend this world while you're living in it. You came here to dig into the soil, plant yourself, and grow. This ascension is your divine purpose. Goddess declaration. I am receiving and radiating love. Y'all, when I tell you, I'm receiving all of that and more, because I said during this time of spiritual awakening, a lot of people are having a lot of spiritual awakenings at this time. And, as we go through this spiritual awakening, we start seeing things differently. And sometimes when we start seeing things differently, that can cause us to have fear, because the people around us are not seeing the things that we are seeing. It's hard for other people around you to grasp the things that you might be seeing. And sometimes it's like you're going through it and you're like, wait, what is going on? You will want that guidance and want that confirmation from people around you, from your family members, your friends that you've grown up with your whole life, but they're not able to see with the lens that you have. So be mindful of that. Like, you don't have to seek outside of you to find your tribe. Your tribe will find you. The people who have experienced the same thing that you are currently experiencing now in your spiritual awakening, they have gone through the same tests and tribulations that you've been going through now. So that's why they will be able to understand and receive and be able to like pour into you what you need during these times. So Yemaya is saying, as guidance, know that you are in awakening right now. You are awakening to the truth of who you are, because spiritual awakening is not outside of us. It's not things outside of us. It's not what's happening outside in the world. It's what's happening internally. The things that are coming up, that's why you are able to grasp on the things that is happening, because it's happening within yourself. Only you have the lens to see within yourself. Nobody outside of you can see that within yourself. Even your tribe members, they can have an ounce, they can have an inkling of the things. They can have certain things that they are able to understand, but they're not going to understand everything, because it's up to you to understand everything for yourself. But as you look at the goddesses, know that you are not alone, because the goddesses that are surrounding you during this time, they are helping you. They know. And I also want to go ahead and start pulling cards as well, because I'm feeling, oh, sorry, pile number one. So I was feeling like pressure in my shoulders. So it just feels like it's like a heaviness, having to carry so much. And I relate so much to this because we feel as though we have to be the hero. We have to be, we're the generational curse breakers. We're the ones. And we feel like we're alone on this journey. It's only us. Like, it's only us going through this. Like, we don't have the help that we think that we have. We feel like we have to do it ourselves because we're the only one in our family to do something different, to not follow the path that's already paved, to not, oh, go to school and then after you graduate from school, get a job and then work for the rest of your life. No, you're following a path that is less paved. You're following a path that is not paved yet. You are trailblazers, and sometimes that is a lonely kind of feeling. It's a lonely, you know, um, it feels lonesome. It feels like you're a lone wolf. But Yemiya is saying, her coming up now, she's like, you are my child. You are not alone. During this awakening, she sees everything that you've been going through and enduring during this time. And they are helping in the spiritual, just because you don't see it in the physical reality yet, it hasn't manifested yet. That's why they are still helping. They are still here. So yeah, let's see what else Yummy Yacht wants to go ahead and say to you guys, because I'm sure there's a lot. All right. Ooh. All right. I'm seeing a lot of reverses. I can tell you that. Usually I don't take reverses, but ooh. All right. I'm going to take all these and let's see what's going on. Let me get this looking pretty and we'll see. All right, pile number one. So as you can see, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Magician in reverse, and we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Swords in reverse. From all these, everything on the top being in reverse, it gives everything that I literally said. When a spiritual awakening happens, the foundations that we have prior to the spiritual awakening, if it was not built on a foundation that was sturdy, if it was built on a foundation of lies, deceit, whatever the case may be, not knowing all the the bits and pieces of everything, in the agreement, in the contract, in the relationship, whatever the case may be, see what resonates best for you. Those things are tumbling down. So with the Two of Pentacles, it could have been you trying to balance things. But when we try to balance or put our energy in multiple things, we're not able to be fruitful because our energies is being, whether it's being siphoned from you from too many things at once, that you're not able to have that sense of control on your own energy. And that's something that we're here to learn how to control. It's all self, not trying to control everything outside of us, but to control our own being, our own self. Everything is self. It's self-mastery. So whether you are balancing, it can be work related, it can be just so many different obligations or responsibilities. You're trying to balance it. It was like a balancing act. And it coming in reverse, I feel as though it's a result of the spiritual awakening, because a lot of the things are flipped upside down. It's like, all right, you're not able to balance this. It's becoming too stressful. So spirit is already going to move and be like, all right, let's get this out the way so you don't have to balance this no more. So whether it was a loss of a job, a loss of a relationship, a loss of something that that you really loved, it's getting that out of the way. And even with the Magician, it's like because we can think that we love these things, we can think that these things are bringing us joy, but in reality, it's losing our power. For the magician to come in reverse, in upright, the magician is like, okay, I have my power, I know how to utilize, I know how to, utilize my power in the way that works best for me. In reverse, it's saying it was out of your control, your own energy. You weren't able to have a sense of control within your being. And when that happens, then everything outside of you will be chaos, because the thing internally, you're battling chaos within yourself. So if you're battling chaos within yourself, then it will be reflected outside of you. And that's why with the Ten of Pentacles, your abundance, you aren't seeing your manifestations come into reality. It being in reverse is saying those things had to go. You might have lost a lot of money. You might have lost opportunities that it seems like it's a loss, but really spirit is preparing you for something better. Even with the Two of Swords, the Two of Swords is like, all right, Two of Swords upright is saying, I'm in this, I'm trapped, I don't know how to get out. She's blindfolded. She has these swords when really she can literally use one of those swords and cut the blindfold off her eyes so she can actually see what's going on. So with in reverse is saying, okay, now that this awakening is happening, let me cut these blindfolds off my eyes so I can see what is going on. I can see why these things did not work in the past. Because that's what happens. That's what a spiritual awakening happens. Whether we go down to shadow work, to our childhood traumas, we see why things do not work and did not work in the past, why these things had to fall, why these things had to break down so that you can rebuild. And now that you got yourself with the Two of Swords in reverse, you're like, okay, I'm choosing to see. Because people say ignorance is bliss, but ignorance is not necessarily bliss. You're just ignorant to what's happening, and that doesn't necessarily give you bliss. It just keeps you not knowing. It keeps your head in the sand, while things are literally breaking down around you and you're unaware of it. So you not being aware of it, how are you able to protect yourself when something comes in that is threatening to, whether it's take from you, take your energy, take your attention, take something from you? How are you able to be aware of it if you choose to keep your head underneath the sand? It's not working for you. What has worked in the past no longer works anymore. Sometimes we choose escapism, whether it's escaping through drugs, alcohol, even TV, watching movies, playing games, video games, playing, just escaping through relationships, through friendships. We choose these things to escape so we can feel better about our lives. But now with these spiritual awakening, when these awakenings happen, it's like, no, those things can no longer work anymore. Now you're choosing to say, like, no, you know what? I want better for myself. And when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when change happens. And that's when the Knave of Pentacles can come in, an opportunity come in, whether it's a new job opportunity, a new friendship coming in that wants to help lighten the load. It gives you that boost in confidence for the Knight of Swords, with the Knight of Swords coming in, charging in. He's ready to take action. He's like, all right, bet. Like, I know what I need to do now. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm ready to go ahead and put myself out there. Whether it's to start a new business, start a YouTube channel, get on TikTok more. Put your face in the camera and just put yourself out there, because there's people out here who resonate with your story and want to hear from what you've experienced, because you gained so much wisdom going through this breakdown, going through this tower moment. In the past, having this Four of Swords, it was like, all right, like I'm putting myself in a coma and accepting death, accepting defeat. But with this coming up, and I said with the four again, 444, you might be saying 444 a lot, but I get death and rebirth, because we feel like death is the end. We feel like death is a period. when death is not a period. Death is a semicolon, okay? It's a and but, you know? You know? It's like, oh, this ended, but this is finna begin. That's what it gives. It's not necessarily end. And I just saw 2 on the clock. So sometimes when we're in this energy of low vibrations, of like being so consumed with what is going on, to the loss, to the grief, to the sadness, to all these emotions, we can get stuck there and we feel like this is it for us. That's it. It can never get better than it can never get better than this. But we should always remember that this too shall pass. It's not the end of the journey. It is not. And now I definitely want to go ahead and see what angel numbers want to come out and reassure you that this is literally just the beginning for you. All right. So Spirit, what angel numbers can assist pile number 1 throughout this journey? All right. I think those are the only 2 I'm going to take. All right. So the first one that came out was 1717. 1717, it says drama alert, independence, soul mission, alone time, learning, healing, aspirations. It says take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and consider your options. At this time, you must rely solely on yourself. You might not believe it, but you're headed in the right direction. What appears to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process. And that's why a lot of these things had to happen, whether you lost friendships that you've had for so long. You're on a journey of knowing who you are. How do you know who you are when you are constantly allowing other people in your energetic field swaying you in one direction, in this direction, planting seeds of doubt, planting seeds of fear? How are you able to hear your own voice if you don't have that time, that alone time, that sense of independence? So that's why Spirit had to allow these things to get out of your way. These things had to fall down. It was a lot of noise. And sometimes when there's a lot of noise, it's like, all right, Spirit, like, all right, too many people talking, too many people got an opinion, too many people projecting their fears, their projections, and their perceptions of things that are not true. It's only true to them. So the Spirit is saying you need to know what is true for you. What is true for you, pile number 1? Ask yourself that. But know that you are on the right path. You are headed in the right direction. And it might seem like, oh, it's drama, like all these things that happen, but this is change. This is what happens when change happens, when change comes. This is an awakening. It's going to ruffle some feathers. You know? You're going to start to see the people that's not actually supporting you for real. The people that are envious of you. You need to see that, because when you do get these blessings coming in, they cannot be around you, pile number 1. All right, so now, and the last card that came out is 1111. Come on now. And it says, wish come true, moderation, patience, flowing, self-realization, manifestation, gateway, taking action. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience, new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It is not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. All right, and you guys deserve this. You guys absolutely deserve this. Okay, like these things are trying to come in for you. And that's why Spirit is saying it's time. And I just saw 555 on the clock. Change is in the air. Allow the change to take place. You will be okay. I promise you, pile number 1. But that is all I have for you guys. If this resonates, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. So you guys chose Tatuba, and the message is feeling safe, and it's a card number 4. You guys might be seeing 444 a lot. But straight off from just a card alone, I'm just getting, maybe you guys are coming from heavy spiritual awakening, or just a heavy the heaviness that was happening, where there was so much, it was a lot of emotions coming up. And now you're just like, okay, I need to create this safe space for myself. And sometimes in the shadow aspect of that is I need to shut out the world. I need to shut out the world, and just be in her mode, because the world is a dangerous place and I don't want to be there in order for me to feel safe. So Tatuba, she has a message for you guys that are feeling that way, feeling that sometimes it can be so overwhelming when these emotions come up. And you might want to isolate, just so you can get back grounded within yourself. Tatuba is saying that she is here. She is a goddess. She's here. Call on her to nurture in that feeling of safety. Sometimes we can feel like we are alone, and sometimes we can feel like that we are only safe when we are alone. Um, but in reality, the goal is to feel safe within yourself, so that when you are in the midst of other people, that safety will not be, it will be unwavering. I think that is the message that I'm getting just straight off the card alone. And then to call on help from the goddesses that do want to step in and help you and provide that extra sense of safety that you may need, whenever trials may be coming up, trials and tribulations may be coming up, or the external reality is getting so heavy. And even with the things that's going out in the world of these shootings and killings and this senseless killings. um Excuse me, like, a trigger warning, but sometimes it's like, all right, I need to feel safe. I don't feel safe when I walk out in the world. And Satua has a message for you guys. So let's see what she has to say. All right. So she is the goddess of feeling safe, and she's from Barbados, Guyana, Salem. The temple ancestors element is air. Great ancestress Tituba was an enslaved Caribbean woman who was the first person accused in the 1692 Salem witch trials. She was most likely kidnapped from the Guyana region, excuse me if I'm saying it wrong, in South America, and then sold through a Barbados plantation. Tutuba's guidance. It is finally safe to be you. You have wandered through a dark night. Your trip has been long. There is light ahead. Your liberation is apparent. Embodiment. You deserve to feel secure. Feeling safe is knowing that your basic needs are met. Feeling safe is feeling at home in your body. Feeling safe is trusting your journey. Feeling safe is feeling free around those you love. Feeling safe is trusting that the sun will rise again. If you grew up emotionally, spiritually, or physically unsafe, reset your default expectations to a healthier vibration. Goddess declaration: I am safe. It is safe to be safe. Pile number 2, I'm giving y'all just the warmest hug. Not only for myself, but for you guys as well, because I completely understand how hard it is to allow ourselves to feel safe. We have been conditioned to stay in survival mode. And survival mode puts us in a state of fight or flight. Fight, flight, fawn. Freeze. I forgot the freeze too. Like, we are put in these states to steady be like, who's coming? Like, oh, you finna come, you finna come over here. All right. Like, it puts us in a state of looking around us like everybody is a threat, even the ones that we love. It's that feeling of unsafety, like we have to be on edge because we've been fighting a long fight. Even with Tatuba, She was an enslaved. She was enslaved in the witch trials, you know. And when you look back in history, history shows through our ancestors how enslavement, burning at the stake, all these things where we were beaten, we were, sexually assaulted, we all of these things happened to our ancestors. So it's literally in our bloodline, that conditioning of feeling unsafe in a world that does not like us, in a world that casted us out because we were different, because we stepped into our power. They feared our power. But the message now, Tituba is saying, it is safe to finally be safe. It's time for us to change our perception of the way things are, because we allow the fears of our past to take hold of the things that are currently happening now. And the things that are currently happening now is change. It may look ugly at first, but the thing is change. Spirit is still moving. And sometimes we doubt that spirit is moving because we see the hardships that are happening. We see the harshness of reality of all of these things that are happening externally, of the just the bloodshed, all of those things. And we see that and we're like, oh nah, like I need to be in my own world. I need to tune out the world, because the world is a dangerous place. But pile number 2, Tatuba is saying it's time for us to let that old mindset die, those old perceptions, because in all actuality, we are here to bring heaven on earth. But if we really are tapped in, we will know that heaven is already on earth. It's literally just a mindset shift, a shift in your mindset, and you'll be able to see the blessings that are actually taking place at this time, in the midst of the chaos. Because when you see chaos, know that spirit is moving and it's change. And that is, it's literally the reaction of people from change, due to change. And people react differently due to change. People go out acting, you insane, crazy, doing whatever, because they are not able to accept change. And what you're seeing is the reaction of people to change. And people don't like change. Not a lot of people like change. But Tatuba is saying it is okay for you to accept the change of feeling safe for once in your life. Okay? It's time to welcome change in. We don't have to be in survival mode anymore. I'm literally giving you the permission. I know sometimes we walk around here needing that permission to get out of survival mode, especially with women. And I have to put this focus on women because it's been a lot. Like, this is the Goddess series. And granted, this can resonate to the men as well. Or even just the energies of the divine masculine, divine feminine, of literally the feminine taking on more of that masculine role because of needing to survive, because she had to survive, But now that shift is happening where it's like, all right, no, instead of surviving, I want to thrive. I choose to thrive. I choose to allow my divine feminine to be her divine self and flow, and allow my masculine to ensure that safety, that she is safe to express, to create, to embody love, to share love, to allow love to come in. So it's the divine feminine and the masculine merging within each other, within ourselves, so that we can be safe in our bodies. And when we're safe in our bodies, the world around us shifts and change. We don't have to run. We don't have to fight. Spirit is already fighting, baby. Spirit already moving. We be feeling like we got to take matters in our own hand, but Spirit is like, nah, we got you already, boo. You walk in that space, you walk in that area, you gonna be good. You already good. Take down that armor. You all right. I promise. All right, now let's see what tarot cards need to come out, because listen, maybe pile number 1 resonates with you as well, because that one was based off of spiritual awakening of having the chaos coming out. And now Tatuba is like, listen, you're safe. You're safe. You don't have to worry about those things. Things are changing, shifting, and moving. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. All right, let me get this situated. I'm gonna come back. All right, pile number 2. I'm already loving everything that's coming out right now, because everything that I just said is literally in these cards. Starting off with the Devil in reverse and the 7 of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Hermit card. So with these cards, starting off with the Devil in reverse, that's why I said, like, a lot of these things, the Devil speaks of contracts, where there's like binding contracts, it can be a relationship. It can actually be like career-wise, but also it can be addictions. It can be things that are holding you down, that are keeping you, just rooted in an old version of you, or in a version of you that vibrates at a low frequency. So it coming out in reverse, I feel like that is past energy of you having to get out. Literally what's coming on is literally shackles off my feet so I can dance. Okay, like breaking out of that old survival mindset, because even with coping, the unhealthy coping mechanisms of escapism, that's another strategy of surviving. How to survive in this world. Let me go ahead and smoke some weed. Let me drink some alcohol. Let me do all of these things. So with the Devil coming out in the reverse, it's saying like, okay, this is an old version. This is like my shadow, and a lot of times we try to we cast out our shadows, but the shadow is a part of us. It's important for us to acknowledge what our shadow is and be like, okay, baby, like, you don't need to, I can take it from here, It doesn't have to be a thing where I despise my shadow, because that will be an inner turmoil within yourself. It's acknowledging your shadow, because your shadow got you to where you are now. But now you're at a space where it's like, I don't need to operate in my shadow to survive. I can choose light. Because even with the 7 of Swords in reverse, 7 of Swords upright, it gives it's still survival. Like, let me put these stakes so nobody can come in my vicinity. You're getting out of that energy. And with the Hermit mode, whether this is past of like you having to take a step back and get in your own energy and do the shadow work. Because sometimes that happens. We shut out the world so we can see, like, we can figure this out ourselves, because we can't be around other people, and because we take on their energy. We have to get in a sense of hermit mode. How I need to figure out what is true for me. What is coming up for me? Why am I in a shadow mode? Is those questions. And when you come out of it, it's like, all right, now I can take this hood off and I can be the star that I am. With the star coming out, I'm able to pour into from my overflow, pour into things that bring me joy, my friends, my family, my tribe. It's a give and take. She has water from this side, she has water from that side, but she's not lacking. You're able to be the star that you are. And with the Six of Pentacles, I mean, excuse me, six of Swords coming in, it's like, listen, now that I'm out of it, I'm able to move. And as I move and create this path for myself, I'm able to bring other people along that are in the darkness, that have been in the darkness, the people that actually want change for themselves. I'm able to bring them out of that and literally we going into the light. Because when you get so used to being in survival mode, you get so used to being in darkness, you feel like that's all that there is. And we get comfortable in that, and we get stagnant in survival mode. We get stagnant in fighting and chasing the things that we feel that we want and need. We get stuck in that energy. But Spirit is like, nah, you need to move out of there. It's time for you to transcend this, what you know. Because survival mode, it does help you, but it can only take you so far. Now that it got you to where it is, you think survival mode and you say, all right, I got it from here. I want to thrive now. When you say that, now you get the King of Pentacles coming out. The King of Pentacles can come out and be like, all right, now we can step on our throne. We can invite better opportunities. We can actually say that we deserve the luxuries of life. We deserve love. We deserve good things that are wanting to come in for us. And when you speak that in your soul, in your heart, that's when things can come in. Look at the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands, but it's an opportunity. It's a new acquaintance, and it's a new love opportunity, whatever the case may be. These things can come in fast, but you have to go and work through all of this, lack mindset, poverty mindset that we get so conditioned to think that it is from our parents, from the people who have done it before us. But like I said, what has once worked before no longer works anymore. Now it's time to shift. You have to learn how to be adaptable, especially coming into this new era, this Aquarius era. The Aquarius era gives innovative, is things that, it's inventive, it's creative, it's outside of the box. It's not the same thing, what's been done over and over again. We transcend in that. And with the Six of Chalices, now things are able to come in. Your cups are able to be filled. And now as you get cups, you're able to give cups. As people pour into you, you're able to pour into other people. That's why all of these things weren't able to work in the past. You might have been like overpouring, overgiving, and it was not balanced. That's why those chains had to break, because those bindings had to break. That relationship had to fall out because it was not equally yoked. Okay? You was in that relationship to survive from the chaos that was happening in your life. You was in that friendship to survive. But now as you choose to thrive, those relationships, those contracts, it's no longer serving you anymore. Now it's time for it to go. It's time for it to break. And with the Wheel of Fortune coming out, it's saying it's your choice. This is your world. You wield the magic wand. Literally, Spirit is saying, listen, whatever you want to happen, baby, it's going to happen for you. You have to believe in, you have to trust in yourself and Spirit that it can happen for you, because these things want you as well. You want these things. It's acknowledging that you want these things. Sometimes we push these things away, like, no, I don't want that, like, no, and we keep ourselves in a poverty mindset, especially people that's in the spiritual journey. We say, no, we don't want good things, minimalistic, like, no. But it's like, Spirit wants us to have fun in this human experience. Pound number 2. Okay? And that's why I'm talking to myself. As I talk to y'all, I'm talking to myself. We be saying like, oh no, we don't want the luxuries of life. And granted, Spirit is saying it's a balance. We don't need to excessively, it's go to those things as a coping mechanism, as a sense of, getting that fulfillment. And that satisfaction is not for that. It's to say, like, yes, sometimes I want to indulge in good things and not shame myself for it. Okay? And even with the full card coming out, it's saying this is new beginnings. This is a new life. You're no longer in that reality of you having to fight blood, sweat, and tears to get minimum efforts. Nah. You want better for yourself. Now better can come in for you. Now you're able to go in better spaces and not feel uncomfortable in those spaces because you did that shadow work. You now believe that you deserve good things. So now let's see what um what angel number wants to come in for you at this time, or what can help, what angel number can assist you along this journey that can give you the confirmation that you might have needed throughout this time. Let's see, Spirit, what angel number? All right, so we got these two cards. First card that came out is 2323, Endless Cycles. Charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, repetitive circumstances, and patterns. There's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again. Until you're tired and restrained beyond depression, it takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change, and the world around you follows. Pile number 2. Spirit is already like, look, I already said it. Come on now. Spirit wants you to be passionate. Live your life passionate. Do things, indulge in things that just bring passion to you. That's what Spirit wants. Spirit don't care about the materialistic. They don't care. But listen, if you're passionate about buying purse and doing all of that, they love it for you. Come on now. It's as long as you're passionate about, as long as deep down you feel good about yourself. Okay? And then we have 111. Intuition, moderation, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, self-realization, taking action, unconditional love. Time to implement long cherished ideas. You're on the right track toward making your dreams and visions a reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are being sent your way. Happiness and new opportunities are at hand. Trust in the process. Pile number 2, literally everything that I said, Spirit is reconfirming that for you. Because they said, like, listen, if you don't believe her, you gonna believe these cards, okay? And Spirit is literally saying all of these things want to come in for you. It's just you working on your mindset, working on the old beliefs that don't hold anymore, you know? So accept that change so these beautiful things can come in for you. And I'm just so happy for you, and I'm so proud of you. It has been a long journey, but you deserve love. You deserve unconditional love. You deserve all the things that are coming in for you. So when these things do come in for you, don't self-sabotage. Don't feel like, this is what imposter syndrome. No, you've done a lot of work. Celebrate yourself. You deserve it. And I'm clapping for you. I love you so much. Now, if this message resonates, definitely don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. All right, so I see you chose Queen Nefertiti. Come on now. And she is the goddess of alchemy. And this is a card number 38. So straight off the back, before even reading the card or reading the message that she has for us, I'm getting Leo energy, because listen, it is Leo season. I'm a Leo baby, okay? So that's why listen, the energy is like purr. So heavy, you might be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but baby, really the focus on Leo, Queen. I gotta project that in there, whatever. But 38, even just this number 11, I'm getting of just alignment. That has been coming up in pile number 1 and 2. So if you've been seeing 1111, 111, Go ahead and check those out. I'm sure those messages will resonate with you as well during this time. But yeah, I'm seeing like you're stepping into your power. Like look at this stance, baby. Let me give y'all a little. Come on now. Yes, yes, ma'am. Okay, like do not play. Y'all are stepping into your power. Y'all call back your power, and you're like, no, you know what? It's been a lot of me over giving to other people, people pleasing, and doing all of that, this, that, and the third. Now it's time to pour into myself. It's time to remember who F I am and step on my throne, step in position, and that's what she gives. It gives Queen Nefertiti. It gives Queen, King. If you're a guy watching, listen, this is for all the kings and queens out there, the gods and goddesses. Okay? Um, so yeah, let's see what the queen has to say. Come on now. Let's see. Because I'm excited to hear. All right. So, goddess of alchemy, and she's from Egypt. The temple queens, element fire. I said fire sign. Come on now. All right. So, Nefertiti was a legendary Egyptian queen whose name means a beauty has come. Celebrated as a goddess and her husband's equal, Queen Nefertiti led a spiritual revolution worshiping Aten, the sun god. Queen Nefertiti's guidance. It is time. You turn everything that life throws your way into gold. You are on the path to fulfilling your purpose, embodiment. You are an alchemist. You have the power to bend universal energy. Dare to transmute lead into gold by shifting from fear to love. Everything you desire exists in some form of loving energy. Match this frequency. See it in your mind's eye first. Imagine it. I am loved fully. What does it look, taste, and smell like to be loved unconditionally? I am happy and healthy. See it. I am a money magnet. What does it feel like? Goddess declaration. Everything I touch turns to gold. Come, we gotta snap. We gotta snap, y'all. Come on now. Listen, we gotta snap because listen, you are alchemist pile number 3. Okay, like especially if it's heavy on, it's perfect that this is coming in Leo season, because a lot of the times, with the heavier seasons, like I know Cancer season was very heavy I know for me specifically, but it could have been heavy for you guys as well with the emotions coming up and stuff, because we are light, and especially with Leo specifically, I gotta give love to the Leo. Okay, it's our birthday season, period. Okay, but with Leos, you might have a lot of Leos in your chart, but or even just a fire element regardless. But that fire, we are ignited through our passions, that love. We like to be just consumed with, light and love and just wanting to be that for other people, because we are alchemists. Pile number 3, you are an alchemist of turning the darkness, the things that you've endured, the traumas, the things that you had to go through, and you turn it in a way that is light so other people are able to receive it and be inspired by the things that you create, whether it's music, it's artistry, it's whatever creative things that you decide to do. Even if it's not creative, whatever you do, you do it in a way that brings light to the world. Okay, and that is the meaning of alchemy. Queen Nefertiti is saying, step into your power. You have this effect on people. Everybody don't have this effect on you. And sometimes we can walk around this world and think that, oh, everybody can do this. No, baby. Everybody don't have that gift. Everybody don't have the gift of alchemy. And even if you read the book The Alchemist, it might be coming up because that came up for me as well. But everybody doesn't have that gift. Now, Queen Nefertiti is saying, listen, own your gifts, share your gifts. Don't be afraid of your gifts. You literally are powerful. Now it's time for you to step into that power and believe in yourself. Know that people are out here wanting to hear what you have to say, wanting to see the beautiful work that you can create through your alchemy. Now it's time for you to go ahead and do just that. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. Let me continue to shuffle. But yeah, that's what Queen Nefertiti is saying. You know, in this season, it's all about confidence, being confident within yourself and coming out here, like not being in stuck energy, not allowing the past to define your present, and stepping on out. All right, now let's see what else came out in these cards. All right, so pile number 3. So I'm already seeing like even just the past energy of like literally what I said of you being stuck, feeling like there was no options. You aren't able to see what's coming in, you know, with the Two of Swords coming here. But really with the Two of Swords, she can literally use one of those swords and cut herself free. Same with the Eight of Swords. You know, being in this heavy energy, feeling like you're stuck in a situation, stuck in a relationship, stuck in these circumstances that you're able to actually get out of. And that's why I always preach there's always another way. Okay, there is always another way. Sometimes we feel like we limit ourselves. We say it can only be this or that. It can only be black and white. No. Sometimes there's always a gray area. You can always get yourself out of something, period. Okay, and with the 2 and the 8 of swords, it literally shows that he can use one of them swords. He can bulldoze one of them swords and cut himself free. She can cut that thing off her eyes and actually choose to see. But we choose to stay stuck in these circumstances, in these places and spaces that no longer serve us anymore. And Spirit is saying, when you choose to want more for yourself and choose to step into your power, now you have the 6 of Wands. Look, now because you did it, everybody outside of you, they want to say, like, how did you do that? I want to do what you did. You inspire others to step into their power because that's what you do. You alchemizing the shadow and turning into light. A lot of people want to learn how you do that. A lot of people are like, I'm stuck where you were in the past and I'm trying to get to where you are now. And that's how you're able to be that beacon of light for people to come on out. So to come into the light. Because like I told pile number 2, when you get comfortable staying in stagnancy or comfortable staying in survival mode, you think that that's all that there is. But really, pile number 3, you're choosing a life of thriving. Okay? Look at her. Queen Nefertiti, she like, listen, I'm thriving and I'm equally yoked with my partner. Okay? The sun god. God of Aten. Come on. And that's my part. She was like, that's my partner. And that's why I'm able to have a divine marriage, a divine union, because I have that within myself. Okay? The King of Chalices sitting on that throne. That's why I said, look, the King of Chalices, I literally just said, now that partnership can come in. The one that you've been dreaming of, the one that that you've been seeking through other people that were not worthy. You know, that person can come in and sit on that throne with you. Okay? It will be equally yoked, 333 on the clock. All right? And then with the 10 of Pentacles, abundance, overflow of abundance. You welcoming all these abundances and not self-sabotaging. Not self-sabotaging, feeling like you don't deserve. Feeling like, this is it's imposter syndrome. You did all this work. Now Spirit is saying it's time for you to thrive. 2 of Chalices, literally the 2 of Cups. Like, this is lovers. Like, come on, lovers energy, the union. And this is also be union of the divine feminine and divine masculine within yourself, so it can be manifested externally in the physical, so that can come in. Now you have people, places, and things that are equally yoked to your own frequency and energy. And that is alchemy. You doing it within yourself so that you will be able to see it outside of you. And with the 4 of Wands, creating a foundation, celebrating it with the people who actually pour into you as well. Celebrating with these people, creating a foundation that is based off of love and light. Nothing else can dwell there. It's love and light. You've been in the shadows. Now it's like, all right, choose light now. Choose light. It's okay for you to choose light. And with the Knave of Swords, I just get like the energy of like cutting through the bullshit, you know, cutting through the things that no longer serve you. Now you're able to see the things from far away. You're intuitively tapped in saying like, okay, I can see my past in this person. I can see this person trying to take me back to the old ways. I'm cutting through the BS. This shadow ain't finna come through here. I did all this work and I have these blessings and I want to sustain these blessings, because when these blessings come in, you want to be able to sustain it and hold on to it. You know, you want to be able to make it fruitful and multiply. Come on now, spirit. So now these things that want to keep you stuck in the old ways and old version of you, they can't stay where you at. If they're not growing, they can't grow with you, baby. And that's just the God honest truth. And with the high priestess, we have the yin and yang, and that's what's all been in this energy. It's the yin and yang, the balance of both, the balance of light and darkness. We have to learn the lessons of the dark so we'll be able to see and know what and recognize what dark is. Right? Not cast it away. We accept our shadow versions of ourselves, because in a sense, our shadow version of ourselves protects us. It protected us in survival mode. Now, as we thrive, we'll be able to clock in and be like, nah, you good. I lived that, done that. I don't need to do that no more. You know? You're able to see. You're able to clock it quick. All right, so now let's see what angel number wants to come in for you guys that can assist y'all in this journey of thriving, you know, of receiving unconditional love, of accepting that, you know, these things, you deserve these things, you know. Let's see. All right, so we have 1414 that came out first, and it says light up. Come on now. Mood swings, respect, family, constructive outlook, quality, focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Okay, listen, are we getting, listen, with all this Jungian energy, listen, y'all here making babies? Come on now. Good vibes will speed up the process. That's why I said, like, literally light up. Spirit is saying light up. Okay? Be in the love frequency. And it says 20 is 20 card number 2222. Feminine forces, relationships, balance, prosperity, efficiency, patience, humility. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Okay? Partner up with the right spirit and you'll become a force. Honor commitments and people around. Don't judge. Listen. Listen, spirit has been all in this reading. It has been confirming after confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. Okay? We be feeling like we in survival. We got to do it ourselves. Oh, hyper independence. Like, no. No, spirit say welcome divine partnerships where they're all here to help. They just want you to step into your power first. And that's when these people can come in. People, places, opportunities can come in. I love this so much for you, and I received that for myself as well, because it's been a long fight. But we ain't got to fight no more. Spirit saying we ain't got to fight. We can choose to thrive. And the people around you want to thrive with you. All right. So if this message resonates, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.